Boy, these are strange-looking menus.
Yeah, they're all printed in oldie worldy English.
Oh, I see. All these S's look like F's, then.
What are you gonna have?
Well, in that case, I'll start out with Foop of the Day. Then I'll have a little Dover foal with some Faute potatoes. How about you?
Well, I think I'll have the shrimp cocktail, followed by spaghetti with tomato sauce.
What are you gonna have to drink?
Haven't the soggiest.
I'll forgive you.
What looks good to you?
Thank you. Why is it I only get a waitress like that when I'm with my wife? I would never get a woman like that to wait on me when I was single. And believe me, I know, because I spent a lot of time in bars and restaurants. A lot of time. Because you got to figure I'm in my mid-30s, see, and this is my first marriage. I've been married, a little bit over a year, I guess, and, yeah, it took me a long time to finally make that decision. Long time. Because I had to learn to compromise, you see. Because for the longest time, I always wanted to find a woman that liked to do what I like to do. But I never could find a woman that liked to drink and chase women. Oh, I found one or two, but they'd beat the hell out of me and take the girl. I always had problems in bars. Some guys are great at meeting women in bars. I'll tell you who's good at that. Married men. It's true. Married men are the greatest at pulling a bird in a bar, man. Because married men have found the secret. Married men don't care. Married guy doesn't score at the bar. So the hell with you. Got the old lady at home. I'm in good shape. Who needs you? That's the edge that you don't have when you're single, you know. I suppose you look desperate. I know I did, because I know if nothing happened with me, it was back to my hotel room and read the rules on the door for the rest of the night. What else you do in those places? Go crazy, you know. Go in the bathroom, flip the toilet roll around. Look at all the sheets on that thing. Play little games to amuse myself, like I'd get naked and wait for the chambermaid. I didn't do that too often because I found out very quick that maids don't care. They've seen everything, nothing new to them, you know? Just destroyed my ego. I'd be totally naked and this woman come in and vacuum around me. Oh, make the bed. Then on the way I'd slip a band around me. Sanitize for your protection. So I spent a lot of time hanging around in bars and just... I used to like to watch people in bars. That was fun. See, I'll tell you the best time to be in a bar is at closing time. When all the lights come up and people finally get a look at who they've been chatting up for the last 3 or 4 hours, boy. See some great reactions. Oh, no! Oh, my God! My own sister. I didn't mind it so much because she's so easy. Well, sister's got to live too, right? Oh, yeah, I spent a lot of time, but I don't do that anymore. See, I got married and kind of settled down. Glad I can say that, too. Yeah, because there's a period there, after a certain age, that I felt kind of paranoid about saying I'm not married. See, I'm from the central part of the United States, around St. Louis, Missouri, which I know doesn't mean anything to most people. But in that part of the country, see, where I grew up, there was a tremendous emphasis on marriage. Tremendous emphasis. And if you weren't married by a certain age, people were suspicious. That's why I never went to a school reunion, because I know I'd get that. Some guy come running up, "Hey, Kelly, good to see you, man. How you doing? God, it's been a century. You look great. Hey, where's your wife? I want to meet your wife. Point her out. Where is she? Huh? You're not? Oh, I should have known. You being in show business, I'll bet you've been divorced about 3 or 4 times already, huh? You're kidding. You mean you never got married? Oh, I'll be damned. Hey, you know Monteith never got married? You're kidding me. My God, I used to dress next to him in gym. Tremendous paranoia there, see? I have noticed some changes since I've been married. I noticed one thing. Women flock to you. Seems that way, I don't know. Because I could walk in a bar when I was single, wouldn't be a woman in there, maybe 1 or 2, but she wouldn't pay much attention to me. Walk in that same bar when I'm married, women all over the place. Just looking and laughing and giggling and wiggling and waving at you and flirting. Wow, how do they know I'm married anyway? I don't even wear a wedding ring. Maybe I have this safe look about me. I don't know. It's very difficult, I found. You know, there's a lot of temptation around for men. And women, too. A lot of temptation for everybody, because there's a tremendous emphasis of sex and everything, all the media, in the newspapers, in fashion, in movies, even on television. A lot of sex on television. And I don't mean just in the commercials. I mean, sometimes it turns up in some of the most unexpected places.
Hello, and welcome to the Mystery Word Game. Now, let's meet our two Mystery Word Game contestants. And our first contestant, and a very lovely one too, is from London, Miss Pamela Clark. Miss Clark is a housewife and... Excuse me, shouldn't that be Mrs.?
It's Ms. Clark, and I'm a house person.
Of course. And what does your husband do, Ms. Clark?
Mostly he ignores me.
Wonderful. Isn't that wonderful, ladies and gentlemen? He ignores her. Now let's meet our second contestant, and his name, and he's also from London, is George Wexley. That is Mr. Wexley, I presume?
Yes, of course, Bob.
Yes, and Mr. Wexley is an exercise instructor at the Build Your Biceps Health Club. Well, let's hope our minds are healthy. Now, as you know, the object of the game is to guess the mystery word by giving one-word clues without actually mentioning the mystery word or any portion thereof. So we'll begin the game with Mr. Wexley giving the clues, so we'll show him and our audience the mystery word.
And the mystery word is seduce. Seduce.
Okay. So now that our audience and our contestant has seen the mystery word, we'll begin the game with Mr. Wexley.
Encounter.
Meeting.
Physical.
Jerks.
Bedroom.
Empty.
Husband.
Impotent.
Desire.
Passion.
Adultery.
Hunger.
Touch.
Caress.
Stroke.
Nibble.
Squirm.
Writhe.
Lust.
Ravish.
Hot.
Hotter.
Rip.
Tear.
Lunge.
Grab.
Thrust.
Clutch.
Plunge.
Claw.
Premature.
Prolong.
Football.
Oh, threshold.
Golf.
Drive. Oh, frenzy.
Explosion.
Ecstasy. Oh, my God.
Certainly some round there. And you came so close to getting it. Getting the word. I'm so sorry, but the word was seduce.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Was I good?
Fantastic.
That was some game, huh? Kind of like a swap shop for frustrated adults, you see. Oh, you don't have to be married, though, to have a lot of frustrations. I had a lot more when I was single, see? Because when you're single, the trouble with being single is you're spending most of your time trying to make a good impression, trying to make it look like you've been around, like you know what you're doing, you see? And, of course, there's always stumbling blocks. That's why I always hated doors. Doors always gave me a hard time when I was single. Because here I'd be with a girl, taking her out to dinner, trying to be a nice, suave man of the world. And then I'd get one of those restaurant doors that weighed about 8 tons. Yeah, this restaurant is supposed to be excellent. Big doors.
Gas makes me pay their dues.
Of course, once I got in the door, I was cool. Well, at least my foot was cool. Here, I'll get that. But a door didn't have to be heavy to frustrate me. Now, doors weren't the only thing that frustrated me in my single life. Ice trays, those miserable inventions. I'll tell you, that's what used to bother me so much about those movies I used to watch when I was growing up, because I always admired guys like Cary Grant and David Niven, those sophisticated guys. And they'd come in their flats and apartments, and everything was always so perfect. So perfect. There'd always be a fire in the fireplace. Always a nice fire there. I can't get one lit with 4 grenades and a flamethrower. Always nice, soft music playing, and always ice in the ice bucket. Always. Haven't been in a flat for a year. Come in. Want a drink? Yes. Always ice in the ice bucket. They never had to go with what I went through, that terrible ordeal of trying to get the ice out of those damn ice trays. I'll have it open in a minute here. Door! Excuse me. Come on.
Oh, it's a nice place, isn't it?
Thank you.
How long you lived here, then?
Oh, just a couple of years, give or take a few rent increases. Take your coat here.
Yeah, cheers.
Have a seat there. Yeah. Get you a little drink, maybe a little scotch, a little vodka, a little aphrodisiac.
Oh, aphrodisiac. Oh, that's that African drink, isn't it? What taste of almonds? Yeah, I'll have some of that, Tom.
Well, you know, it's weird, but I just ran out this morning.
Oh, shame.
How about some scotch here, okay?
Yeah, all right, mustard,
Oh,
great. Got an ice?
Ice. Yeah, I got some ice here, I think. Ice. I'll have to get some out of the refrigerator. Just take me a second. Don't go away now. I'll be right back.
Do you go to that club often?
No, not too often, really.
Oi, something wrong?
No. Let's get this ice tray out of here. I'll have it out in a minute, I think.
Here, what sign are you?
I'm a Sagittarius.
You know, I knew it.
Yeah?
I knew you were Sagittarius. The moment I clocked you only had one clue. Sagittarians are very individualistic. What made you wear one shoe?
Oh, it just kind of hit me when I walked in the door, you know?
Yeah, I knew you were Sagittarius because my mate Sam is Sagittarius. We get on like house on fire. Mind, I'm Pisces, and Pisces are very compatible with Sagittarius. My rising sign's Leo, but I'm a bit like Scorpio when I'm really mad. I used to knock around with a bloke. What's that awful noise?
What?
I said, what's that awful noise?
Mice.
What do you feed them on round here? Cheeseburgers?
Excuse me. I'll have this out in a minute.
Let me move over for you.
Here.
Oh, what's that?
Huh? Oh, that's my new automatic ice maker. That's, scotch with ice, right?
But blimey, what a weird place. Cheers.
Oh,
What
yeah.
you having?
Bloody Mary. No, I was just kidding you a little while ago. I'm not really a Sagittarius. Actually, I'm a Libra.
Yeah, I know. I guessed it. I can always tell.
Yeah?
Librans love to pretend they're Sagittarius. I get on great with Librans.
Yeah?
Yeah, just great.
Oh, well, let's get comfortable then, huh?
Oh, shame. Lights like that.
You like it? I hung it myself.
It's a weird place, this.
Lamps weren't the only thing that frustrated me.
Doorbells.
I swear, anything with electricity is against me. And I gotta put it on the fix-it list. That's something I never had before I was married, a fix-it list. Oh, I had lists before I was married when I was single because I think most of our lives revolve around lists. From the time we're born, we're put on a list. Till the day we die, we're put on an obituary list. And in between, there's tons of lists. There's Christmas lists, birthday lists, school lists, sick lists, job lists, credit lists, master lists, friends lists, and the book of lists. The list of lists is endless. Tons of them. But now that I'm married, I notice my lists change. Now they all start out with the same thing. Go to bank. It's a typical one. Go to bank, go to supermarket, fill car with petrol, go back to bank. See, that's the problem with marriage. You know, you got all these new responsibilities and these new problems, and you put them all on these lists, and you and your wife are talking about them all the time and arguing about them, and pretty soon, you're associating your wife with all these problems. And next thing you know, that's it. Next thing you know, you're putting on the bottom of the list, call lawyer about divorce. We lost the romance. Yeah, we should have put it on the list. You see, people pay attention to lists. They do. I know that's why God put the 10 Commandments in a list form. Put them in a paragraph form, nobody'd read them. What's this stuff? I don't know, something about stealing and killing. Totally. Put it in a list. Everybody wants to read it and check it off. Hey, what's this? Thou shalt not kill. I've never done that. Thou shalt not steal. I'm fine there. Thou shalt not bear false witness. No problem. Thou shalt not commit adultery. What on a 10 ain't bad. Oh, I know there's lists in heaven. That's why I'm afraid to die. Afraid I'll knock on the pearly gates. Can I come in? What's your name? Monteith. Monteith. Let me look on the list here. Monteith. Nope, sorry, not on the list. What? But I've got to be. Could you look again? Name does sound familiar. Let me check this other list here. Monteith. Oh, yeah, here you are. Oh, good, I can come in. No? You see, St. Peter has this blacklist. Oh, God. Yeah, you're on his, too.
Talking to yourself again?
Oh, hi. No, just working on a new routine here.
Oof.
How you doing?
I'm exhausted. I've just been talking French for 2 solid hours. I got this marvelous new French teacher, but he won't let me say a word of English.
Well, what all do you talk about?
Well, I know what everybody talks about. Politics, food, sex.
Sex? You talk about sex?
Well, nothing specific, just generally.
Well, I don't think that's a proper topic for a teacher to be discussing with his pupil, especially when that pupil happens to be my wife.
Well, what would you like us to talk about?
You can talk about anything. Talk about school stuff. Talk about what we did on our holiday.
That brings us right back to sex.
Hey, you didn't tell him about the gym slip and the warm custard now, did you?
I wouldn't tell that to anybody.
Well, you had to cover it if you talked about sex for 2 hours.
No, we didn't talk about sex for 2 hours.
Well, I don't care if you talked about sex for 5 minutes. I don't like that idea. You talking with some guy about that.
What?
Especially when a guy happens to be French.
Now, isn't that typical? As soon as you get angry, out come your prejudices.
Well, what comes out when he gets angry? I mean, the French are famous for that kind of thing, you know? I mean, there's French postcards, there's French kissing.
Oh, well, what does that prove? There's French dressing.
Yeah, and there's French undressing.
I think you're jealous.
Jealous? Jealous of some dried-up old French teacher? Probably got ashes on his pants and cheap wine dribbled on the front of his shirt. Probably smells like garlic. You kidding? Jealous? God, what have I got to be jealous about?
You're right, darling. You've got nothing to be jealous about. After all, you're the one that's going to take me dancing tonight.
Dancing? Oh, Suzanne, I forgot all about that.
Oh, please, you promised.
I did, didn't I?
Besides, we'll have fun.
Okay.
Great.
This is what I feel like. Going to a disco. Now, that's not dancing. That's ritualized foreplay. I guess that's what social dancing really is. Just a way of talking with your body. Body language. Never seen such naughty language? That was always my problem in discos. My body language has such a limited vocabulary. Now, my consonants were okay, but I always had trouble with my vowel movements. It seems that my hips have a speech impediment. I learned a lot in discos, though, mostly the hard way. I'll tell you, one of the first things I learned in a disco was you never dance with a girl with long hair. The next thing I learned was never dance with an exhibitionist. But the most telling lessons of all I learned was never, but never give a sexist compliment to a militant feminist. Excuse me, miss. I hope you don't take offense to this, but you got a sensational pair of boobs.
Really?
I always seemed to attract the wrong kind of a girl at a disco. I mean, even the quiet, shy, demure-looking girl would usually turn out to be the craziest dingling in the place. Of course, I wouldn't find that out till I got her home. Then I'd find myself in this kind of situation.
Please, Carla. Please come in. I mean, why do you want to do this to me? I hardly even know you. We just met. Please don't jump. I'm new to this neighborhood. Now, please, just come in and we'll talk. Oh, please, Carla. Please, would you come in? We'll just talk about it. Please, if somebody sees you, they're gonna call the... Oh, my God. Carla, come on in. Come, please. Why don't you go in the bathroom and slash your wrist like all the rest of them do? I mean, I can handle that. I know how to do with that. Please, now, Carla, please, come.
Don't jump, miss! We're sending a priest up!
I don't know this woman. She lives in the flat next door. I live alone. I'm a homosexual.
Just keeping abreast of the latest fashions.
Appropriate choice of words.
Well, you should know. What do you got under that dress, anyway?
Perfume. Want to dance?
Well, Suzanne, I don't know if I really want to. I mean, that's a dangerous place out there.
Dangerous? What do you mean?
Well, you may find this hard to believe, but to most of those women, I represent the ultimate in temptation.
You're right, I do find that hard to believe.
It's true. I mean, I'm a married man.
So?
Well, you ask any married guy. As soon as you tie the knot, the women just come out of the woodwork. I mean, you're like a magnet when you're a married man. If I walked across that dance floor, I'd get all kinds of action.
My My darling, this is a disco. If Quasimodo walked across that dance floor, he'd get all kinds of action.
Yeah, I bet he'd get a lot more if he was married.
But how do they know you're married? You're not even wearing a wedding ring.
Women intuitively know. I don't know why. It's just something irresistible about a married man. I mean, to a woman, a married man is like Mount Everest. They want to climb him because he's there.
I suppose the same must be true for married women.
No, it's totally different for women.
Why?
Look, it's really very simple. I didn't expect you to understand, but it's true. A married woman is not as tempting as a married man. I don't know why, but you ask any married guy. They might not say it in front of their wives.
But you look simply fabulous tonight. And you're wearing my favorite perfume.
Lord, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm here with two of my little students, you know. You see them over there? Wait for me, my darlings. You know, they have been so naughty.
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. This is my husband, Kelly. Kelly, this is my French teacher, Claude Malraux.
Bonsoir, monsieur. You're a very lucky man to have such a beautiful wife.
Yes, yeah, we're married. It's my wife, you know.
A beautiful wife who speaks such beautiful French. It's a very tempting combination, you know.
Claude, you mustn't.
That's right, Claude, you mustn't.
Right, now, Suzanne, you remember our little word game, huh?
I think so.
Okay. Touch.
Caresse.
Desire.
Passion.
Stroke.
Embrasse.
Nibble.
Monsieur.
Non, monsieur. Comme ça. Monsieur.
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 Monsieur? Shove off. Off. Shove off.
No. Shove off. Comme ça.
Monsieur Claude, it's time for our own work.
I'm coming, my little nymph. Those two, you know, they are so naughty.
Is that your French teacher? Mm-hmm. You said he was some old guy that smelled like garlic and had wine stains on his shirt.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Well, it's the impression you gave.
I didn't give any impression. You gave the impression. It's all in your mind.
Yeah, but what was in your mind?
Two.
What?
You.
Me?
You.
Hmm?
Besides, I'm a married woman. Men don't find us attractive, remember? You're the magnet. By the way, where are they all?
No, they'll be along. They'll be along. Believe me.
Excuse me, is this your shoe? We found it stuck in the door.
They'll be along any day now. They'll be along.
Well, until they come, would you like to dance?
Yeah. But I'm warning you, it's dangerous out there. They're gonna be all over the old tiger.